next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Oh, so you'll need to get it delivered into town today. What did you and Rolo get up to? Nothing interesting. Oh, I need to close my window, it's really cold. Might need to actually use my blanket. Oh, right. Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks, I'll be there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. Just sort of run around a bit.
Rand's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh.
She knows.
Her voice was
she knows.
And even.
I have to take care of something. You're to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Okay. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. What's going on? You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. I said that we left it open. You wouldn't let me just close it. Also, I didn't realise it's an icebox. It's actually like a freezer, not a fridge. I can go in the garden, right? Is there anything out here?
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from upstairs? Oh, it's the walkie-talkie! Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over?
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Yeah, that was weird. You should never answer the door to strangers, children, just so you know. I'm gonna go do it now, but you should not do it. Oh, hey Roxy. Is this about me accidentally kicking you? Is Rolo here? No. Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? Oh no, he didn't get home, did he? Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Jax, stop it. Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood, if he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
We were just messing around. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his
What if they
throat.
bring Amazon packages? Well, a child shouldn't be ordering Amazon packages. Okay, let's go. Wait, what's down? What way do we leave here? Oh yeah, this way. Have you seen Rolo? No. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here till he gets back. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. I'm Toby. Could have fooled me. It's no problemo. The important thing is we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, and it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right! So how about you start by telling me... Look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. God, you joker. We're all part of this together. You'll let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. We can leave that shit there. I have a doorstep. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she will be here, then she'll be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around doing nothing and waiting for Roxy when I could be standing around doing nothing and getting paid. Come on, Lumi, Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something just feels different. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't, so I guess it's up to us to check Wheatwood. Our shift doesn't end for another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great, I guess. Right, Fitz and I will check Wheatwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Wheatwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. What's this about a missing child? I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It seems so terrible. And you're sure there's nothing we can do? Nonsense. Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound. Just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter Beck that... Where did she run off to? His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. The person is so loving their book. You haven't seen Rolo, have you? Doesn't come around here. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. My god, I wouldn't come back either. That's rude. Imagine restricting someone's caffeine.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Was lost
Kato.
in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Melitology? What?
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy? Have you seen Rolo? No. Keep an eye out. Okay. I'll see him if I see him, you'll be the first to know. Oh god.
There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone. Hey, the old books deserve love
Oh,
too.
the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible. A peek behind the curtain, the methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time, by Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oh boy.
Mycological phosphorescence.
Don't make friends with salad. My complete loss of interest. Wow.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Is the music too loud? So I'm just going to check.
Mum.
I love how it tells me. I'm just going to make the voiceover slightly louder than the music there, because I feel like it's just a bit much. Rolo come by? No, I was actually surprised. He's usually here early. If he does swing by, tell him to meet me. No, you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet. It's okay to you. I can put it... Hold on.
Mum.
I'll do that. Maybe my headphones are just super loud, to be fair. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yeah, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rolo. He didn't come home last night. He's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen all around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yeah, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone, but I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Rolo. I guess Rolo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find them. Hey, we got a partner in crime. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you. I suppose I could use some help. Try and keep up. Yeah, I run so fast, like you're going to struggle. You seen Rolo? No, sorry. I had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. Can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? Well, I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rolo. No, the beetles. Do you think their temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would you? You should tell him to speak to the little kid in the library. He's a bee expert. Dang, they boarded up the way in.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this the sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected. I have no idea what this is. Science! What does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood.
What?
First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals. As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
So the science tells us this skunk is weird as hell. It seems dangerous. Oh no. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yup. Does Tish have more vocabulary or no? I don't have time for this, Iggy. Oh, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Isn't that right, Tish? Yup. She looks fine to me. Why, hello? I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot Tish. Yup. You probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you just this once on account of you being new. Why would you hang around with this dud? Oh, he seems alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left. Iggy, I'm only going to say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's going a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked, then his mum finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca.
What the fuck?
His
These kids are
sneer lit
harsh.
by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Time to bust out the... I don't think the tickle's a thing. Strange?
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Let's confuse them. Looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? About to pound your friend?
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yup. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos travel in packs, eh, dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Ah!
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
You jerk, my clothes are ruined, I'm
His
gonna...
voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
Did we just kill him? I don't feel so good. I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. Yup. That was intense. Iggy's going to be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The warehouse. The strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words out of my mouth. Can't go this way still, can I? No. Whoa there. You startled me. This person is got a freaky smile. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We're just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorientating, you know. Starting to get that. Rollo's at his house now getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You two should scurry along. Yeah, come on. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo. Oh, that reminds me. Your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Glanced toward Luca.
I don't trust this person.
Rollo was safe.
Mm-hmm.
A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4.
Gran's going to kick
Our
your ass.
harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? She was worried about him, so I figured I would help look for him. Turns out Ro was safe and sound. Oh boy.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet? I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go!" Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run!" The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luca." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A sharp, searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
One dream.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Ro?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca? Ro, is that you? Ro, it's the middle of the night. Thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here.
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. It was... someone took me to some sort of something. I think I'm underground. Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in something for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Something trusts something. He's something. Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Ro? Ro, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
I think they're gone. It's getting worse. I can barely hear you.
His voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... the treehouse. The treehouse!
The signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna? He wants me to use the antenna to get a better signal? Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
He's not noticed that Gran's not home yet. So...
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles? You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger. I for one refuse to sit idly by while the danger persists. Harami, just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Ares Valentine. Her resources could have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. You shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. We are in agreement.
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. What the heck is going on? Gran? Why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver? Oh shit. Hi, Luca. Ah! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been here? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left, so I used the greatest tool of an investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organised and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything differently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of a scoop of a lifetime. A scoop of ice cream? I'm going to stake out here a bit longer. See ya. Can I still fish here? No. Oh. I can. Is there any new things? Ooh.
Luca stuck a toy straw. Those things always get dirty anyway.
That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. Not sure we should appreciate a pond bracelet. Hey, I'm on wood.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
$80 whiskey, a hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Oh, but there's a note in that. Okay. Anyway, we've still got stuff to collect from there. I can see now that there's space on the mat. Are you there? I'm at the treehouse. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened? Dang it, Rolo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you better come out.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt someone that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? Who are you? Who? I guess I don't even recognize myself
Luca
anymore.
stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Oh wait, look who it is. Iggy?
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me! This is all your
Luca
fault.
slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you're going to be my saviour? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all the way through Weepwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? It's not safe, Luca. The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse. Where are you? No, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're going to figure this out. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Look at what's happening. Don't panic, you stay here, I'll see what they want. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would like to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in a second. Of course. We have a problem. Look at, you gotta get out of there. Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They are asking the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. What do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward.
There you are, you gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. I'm so sorry, but no can do. Don't worry though, we're here to help. Then why are you chasing me? Can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Oh, press the wrong button. Well, that's pretty honking big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is, poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is going to give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe, for now at least. What happens to him next is up to you. Look around. You're in quite the pickle and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr. Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. That was anticlimactic. That was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Turned his back on the two boys.
End this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay. Oh yeah, we probably just want to... try and tickle them.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Hey, yup. Okay.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
What a little creep. I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends what you're feeling about having a more mature, refined look. Oh, it made their hair grey? Oh boy.
Chapter 4. The best. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Oh. What are you doing out here? Why did the kid with grey hair just run
Roxy
past
and
us in a
Fitz looked
panic?
Drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
I don't care who she is, what happened. We're just helping look for Rollo. I need you to start telling me the
Roxy's temper
truth.
could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca. In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
We weren't just playing in Weepwood, we were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was in there in a strange suit. We hid in a dumpster and I had a heavy bag dropped on us. And we think it was a body, so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home, and it was all my fault. And was my best friend, me never came back.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Hey, Shadow Eyes.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault. Rolo's going to be okay,
Roxy
I promise.
drew herself up.
I'm going to fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around, I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sounds like a
Luca
plan.
wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird. Well, weirder than
Looking
normal.
into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Okay.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. I've never seen anyone use it. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rolo? No. Long time for a boy to lose his way. He knows these woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless Luca's there's something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him. There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old
Mr.
warehouse.
Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rolo when he went missing? Not exactly, I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around, then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw him. You both got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you didn't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you
Luca
safe.
attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves. We were all so close to being done with
a
this.
firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit. Oh, this is going so well.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Okay.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine.
Everything's totally
The next
fine.
morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Okay. What did you and Rolo do? Rolo had things to do, I just poked around town. Jammed down by the front door, there's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. And Mr. Nuncred, he said he wanted some more. I suspected. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There's some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. Okay. Just hear me out. I have a business proposition. We both have the same problem that needs solving. Can meet tonight. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old warehouse? Something happened there. Something happened. There was someone else there. Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it be? Roll. I gotta deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we should talk about it. We shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. I don't remember who these people are. More reading. Diner, Wagon Tag, El Creepo. Oh, Diner. I can't remember where anything is. If it isn't my favourite little jam runner.
She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
All skin and bones, is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute running around with your little apron. The whole situation just breaks my heart with what happened to Eleanor. Can you take this jam off me?
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably. Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam. She carefully lifted out her
Okay.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh. Can handle taking some orders. Roxy. Okay. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Okay. What? Oh. That's kind of weird. They love me tenders. Nice.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy. I know that feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? Top it off with grilled cactus? I'm sorry, what? You want what? That's a weird ass burger. The sweet and stabby. Now that's a burger with bite. The sweet and stabby. That's what I get called. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping. Father always says children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. Plenty of time for fun.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Sweet, are you sure? Well, you know. Without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of chili. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. The hot and cold. Looks like we're missing a few things. We need to run out and grab some ingredients. If I could just be left alone. Oh sure, sorry to bother you. Ooh. It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Both. I never really chose any of this. More of a duty to my family. For our legacy. Sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. I love how you're talking to a kid about this. I trust you have time to chat.
Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Seems to be a
Mr.
problem.
Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page was consumed with stories about the festival. That is the news today. There's no mention of the museum, nor the foundation. I'm sorry, my readers are more interested in this town's future rather than any one particular family. There was a time, Mr. Welder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, change is a dangerous... If you finish that thought, I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. Damn.
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Wait, where's the wagon tag? I'm confused. Squirrel looking guy. Where'd you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. Oh, that guy there. I see him. Not this kid.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples.